Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Aaron. Doing my daily update vlog video. Just wanted to let everybody know. I'd done a video last night, and the video I did was on Brett Keane. In the video, you'll notice it's not up anymore, and that's because, like a dummy, I misquoted in the video and used the wrong handle, YouTube handle, for Brett Keane. My apologies. I'm man enough to admit that I made a mistake. The video was about that Brett Keane, though, and not the Amazing Atheist. So my apologies. I'll have a replacement up soon, if not tonight. So that's that. So any of you that viewed the video, notice it's down now. That's why. Thank you for the viewer that pointed that out to me, by the way. My mistake. It happens, but nonetheless, on to the next one. Had a good day overall. The day started off on a pretty much on a bad note. I've been having issues with my cell phone carrier, which is Sprint. Now, I won't get into all the details, but at the end of the day, there was an arrangement in place. I held up my end, and they in turn terminated my phone. So my phone is off now, thanks to clerical error on their part, or how do I put this? They lied. Bottom line, they lied. Said one thing, did another. I know that's really shocking for a cell phone provider, but be it as it may, I'm pretty pissed off. Just trying to getting back to work full time. I'm trying to work to get your bills and all that caught up, and that happens. So it's really screwed up, in my opinion, to basically double talk. And believe it or not, it's the only company I've had any issue with. Sprint, that's it. No other company that I deal with, that I pay bills to every month. No other creditor whatsoever. They reneged on everything that was hammered out. We made every payment on time. We did everything we were supposed to do on our end. Sprint just decided that they didn't want to hold up theirs, so they're kind of on my shit list for the day, but this too shall pass. I just keep telling myself that. So Sprint, if anyone from Sprint views this video, you guys are the worst. You're the worst. Period. Worst company I've ever had. I never had problems with any other company ever. With, anything like any of those. Utilities, cell phone, cable, internet, and none of it. Just this one particular company. And, at the end of the day, it's the fine print that gets you. And that's, in effect, what they're doing. And it's really disheartening because as a consumer, you try to do the right thing, There may be certain months, for whatever reason, you're out of work, you're working part-time, whatever, and you can't make a full payment because, there's more important things to pay that take precedent over that. And, you call them, they, quote, are working with you, which is what ended up happening. At the end of the day, their reps were pretty much just telling us whatever they had to get us to pay something, get us off the phone. So they would just throw an amount out there. Just pull a magical amount out of thin air and say, oh, we're going to have you pay $110. Well, yeah. Don't ever believe that. Go by what's on your bill. Because I can tell you from experience, especially with a company like Sprint, if you run into any problems, you better pay exactly what's on that bill, or else it will come back to bite you. And everybody goes through periods in life. It's just the way things go. You know, people get laid off, people get fired, you know, things happen. And, I mean, at the end of the day, if you have to choose between having, you know, an iPhone 6 Plus, 6S Plus, whatever, or a place to live, I think a place to live will win out every time, unless, you know, you're a person whose priorities are completely screwed up. But, so that's my little rant on Sprint. That was kind of, my day just started off wrong. Fortunately, you know, I'm resilient, and I got to work. I just kind of put it in the back of my mind, you know, turned on some music and zoned out. I just tried to, but, you know, like I said, it's just disheartening as a consumer to get treated that way, you know what I mean? All of a sudden, you know, and not everything in life goes the way we plan it. Things happen, you know, circumstances, situations, whatever. It's just life, and, you know, so that was frustrating, and, you know, it's just a public service announcement in case anybody's considering going to Sprint. Don't. Stay with Verizon or stay with T-Mobile. Any other carrier except Sprint, they're the worst. Not to mention, you know, their network. I could do a video for 15 minutes explaining all the things technologically that's wrong with their network, but I'm not going to do that because you guys would probably unsubscribe immediately because you would think I was weird. But anyway, so that's that. So just not the best day. Like I said, you know, went about my business, did what needed to be done, put my head down, my headphones on, and just got to work. And you know, I made the donuts, figure of speech, and you know, I got home safely. What more can you ask for in a day? You know, I got to a full day done at work, got a lot accomplished, you know, and I made it home safe, and so did my wife, and everything, you know. So, you know, we have bad days, but at the end of the day, you know, you're alive, you're well, you have a home of some sort. You know, things could be worse. So, I mean, if this would have been something like really important, like house or, you know, whichever, it would be a different story, and I wouldn't be making this video, and I wouldn't be able to interact with you guys. So anyway, that's that. Not really too much on the news today that I really wanted to get into. One thing in particular was the excessive force that the cop in South Carolina used, and the hoopla or uproar over that. You know, I have friends who are cops. So it's a tricky it's a tricky topic for me, because not because I have anything vested in it. It's not that. It's just, you know, you have to look beyond the uniform and realize that these guys are people too, you know, and that they're doing a job. I mean, there's some people, and see, and this is what, and it drives me crazy every time I see it, because you'll see people, you know, go on YouTube or social networking, you know, sites. Oh, F the police. F the police? You're kidding, right? I mean, I don't know. I'm not going to go off on a big rant on this, but, you know, I mean, they're people too. Yes, just like in any profession, there are cops that abuse their power, you know, and are on an ego trip. And there's cops that are just trying to do their 8, 10, or 12 hours and go home and try to make a difference. There are police officers, as hard as that is to believe for some people, there are police officers that weren't born wearing a badge. They, you know, it became a job. It's a career. And, you know, it's just sad. And it's not a lot of the older generations. It's the younger generations with this attitude coming up. And I don't know where it comes from. I'm going to assume the media, you know, culture, just the way American culture is. I really don't know. But, you know, kids walking around, quote, you know, F the police, you know, all the stuff that they say. I mean, you know, there have been terrible things that have happened, racially driven and otherwise. Okay, things that never should have happened. and the people involved should have been punished accordingly. Unfortunately, that didn't happen, and what we're left with is what essentially turns into a big race issue. Now, I don't touch that with a 10-foot pole. I don't get into racial stuff. I was raised to respect people of all skin colors, all races, colors, and creeds. That's the way I was raised. That's the way I conduct myself. But it's just sad. It's just sad because police officers are people too. Even the one, even the RoboCops. The ones that give everybody a hard time. That kind of stuff. But they're people. I mean, that's people just for whatever reason seem to forget that. And I don't know. It's just a shame because one police officer or 10, out of the millions that are out there, make a mistake or have an itchy trigger finger, or they're new on the job and don't really know how to conduct themselves in, like 10 situations. It's just any number of factors, and it's just sad. It's just sad, and it's worrisome that, the younger generations have this issue with authority. And not just police officers. I mean, in the schools, it's insane. I mean, and just not just that, but the way some of these kids talk to their parents, unbelievable. I mean, God forbid if my kids ever talk to me that way, it would be their ass. And so it's just a scary thing to think that, that this is the future leaders of the world, these younger generations. Not that all of them are that way at all, by any stretch, but it's a very high percentage, getting pregnant, doing drugs, especially pills. That's the big thing for all you parents out there. Keep an eye on that, because pills are going around schools like a wildfire. So, the point is, just this mentality that these younger, people in general, and I don't know. I don't know where it comes from. I mean, I have my ideas, but again, I don't get into racial issues, so it's just not my place. It's not something that I'm comfortable, putting on YouTube, and it's just not. I will openly say I'm not racist in any way, shape, or form. There's assholes, just plain old ignorant, and self-centered people in any race. So that's the way that I see it. If you disagree, that's your opinion. That's perfectly fine. But anyway, guys, the point in all that was about the police officer that in school. It's just scary because you're seeing more and more of these situations, and it begs the question: is it the way the police are handling situations, or is it the way this younger generation just is? Really standoffish with authority. That was kind of the point I was trying to make. But anyway, I think it got lost in translation somewhere. But anyway, guys, this went on long enough. Again, sorry for the rant, but hey, what the heck? That's the point for a vlog. It's supposed to be just me talking and giving opinions and rants, and that's what it is. So I hope you guys are doing good. I'll be putting up some more videos tonight. Keep an eye out for the Brett Keane video. That'll be coming soon. Not Amazing Atheist, Brett Keane. Again, thank you for whoever that was that pointed that out to me. Sorry I didn't catch that before I put it up, but hey, I'm human. But anyway, thanks guys. Have a good rest of your night. Take care. Peace.